started. And we start with a little tuina or self-massage. My name is Amanda Degener, and I teach Qigong and Tai Chi, mostly through community ed. I taught at Natural Step School for 5 years. And I'm going to take my glasses off, and we're just going to start from the top down. Just relax in your chair. And yeah, just do a little breathing. I don't know what everyone else is coming from, but if you've been working all morning, just kind of take some nice big belly breaths. Yeah. And now we're gonna use our thumbs, and we're gonna put our thumbs at our temples and just gently rest your fingertips on your forehead. And then you're going to massage by circling and pressing with your thumbs on those indents in your skull on either side of your eyes, called your temples. After you've done that a few times, then take your hand in an L shape, like so, and just put that L shape on top of your forehead and go all the way back behind the ears with your thumbs and all the way forward. So we're giving the whole top part of the skull a nice massage. Great. This one's my favorite. You just put your hands over your ears and press, and then you slowly move your hands. This part of your hand is going to push here under your eyebrows. 1, 2, we'll do this 5 times slow, and then we'll do it fast. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you take your knuckles, your thumbs, and you put them right here on your nose, and you're going to rub from here. You're going to rub up into your forehead and back down. Just do that, 4 or 5 times. You're pressing pretty hard on this. And now take your fingers like so, just so that you can press a little bit. And we go around 5 times one way and 5 times the other way. Shatter your teeth. And then we'll circle our tongue around between our teeth and our gums. One direction, now the other direction. And that generates some saliva, so just swallow the saliva. And I like to do eye exercises where you look in a circle. Do that like 5 times one way. I do this when I'm waiting at the stoplight for the light to change. Yeah. Okay. Now we're going to massage the rest of our body. So I just support my elbow here and massage all up in here. the neck, shoulder, and then the other side. We're just gonna slap along our arm on the top, along the bottom, and go ahead and you can either punch under your arm, this is where the heart meridian starts, or grab, or both. Same thing on this side. And our fingers are, I do the sides first, and then when I massage the tops, I make sure to get this knuckle here. And if you have any injuries, of course, the whole class today, if you ever feel like you're going to hurt yourself, or I'm asking you to do something like spin around and you just can't do that, you have to take care of yourself. You know what your limits are, what's possible. So you need to do what's best for you. Yeah. Then we're just gonna rub down our chest from the top all the way down. And when you get to your abdomen, we'll just cross our hands like this and circle around. This will really aid in your digestion. And you can go either direction. And moving down to the knees. So there's these two little indents here. In China, they call them calves' eyes. And I press on these. And some people like to just kind of grab them with one hand. I do it like this. And then warm up the knee, especially in the winter. There isn't a lot of body fat there. So you need to warm up the knee. And then you're gonna go on the inside, but about here with your finger, you're just gonna poke. So you're gonna go where that crease is on the opposite side and just poke. And then 3 finger widths above the kneecap. Everybody's body is different. There are these 2 indents here. And you're just gonna give those a strong pressing. You could feel the sore spot. If you found it, you know when you found it. Let's do the other side. Calves' eyes. Massage. Now we're going to press on that indent. 3 fingers from your top of your kneecap. Find those sore spots. And then I just like to go up and down my shin, pressing as hard as I can. There's all kinds of points on your feet, but we have shoes on. I have shoes on. I'm not going to do them, but you can just treat your feet the same way you treat your hands. Just go through each toe and give it a little rub on the side, front. And then when I stand up, we're going to rub our kidneys. And then we'll do some qigong. Just going to rub right here. Now, I assume all of you have had the fundamentals with Debbie. With most of the time, your stance is shoulder width apart. So as long as you're shoulder width apart, you're going to be fairly centered. And you want to take empty steps. So you shift your root from one side, you take an empty step, and then you shift your root into that. So we'll be doing a lot of that as we work today. So that's really important. And I'm sure by now all of you are pretty good at that. So we'll start with the I Ching with words. And I've been doing it with words and then later without words. And people really like it with just some music, and it's very calming. So we'll do it the first time with words, and the second time we'll just do it with some music. So you don't have to listen to me the whole time. I Ching. Sinking on the right, take an empty step at the left, and now you're 50-50. Arch your upper back, allow your hands to float up, keep your shoulders relaxed, and come down. Now we go back up, and 2 great big circles around the outside. Now we come up the center and out the side. This is called monk presents the pestle. And then monk presents the pestle horizontally. Now we come up the center again, and the palms prop up the heavenly gate 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Don't forget to keep your feet relaxed the whole time, and your knees slightly bent. Right hand behind the back, left hand palm outward, comes across the front, swings down, go whatever length low that you want, and then goes up to the sky. The right palm joins it. The left palm goes down behind the back. Then we come across the front, and we swing down again. Now we're going to face the left side, and we're going to take an empty step, and then we're going to pull back. Our roots now in the front, now our roots in the back. We're going to swim with our right hand and push with our left. If you can feel the stretch right across your chest. Come back to center, shoulder width apart, equally weighted. Now let's go to the other side. We're going to step with our right foot. We're going to grab those bulls' tails, swim with our left, push with our right, feel the stretch across the front, and come back. Now we're going to grab out in front, push through pelvis out. We're going to hold water and push mountain. Lift up, keeping your shoulders relaxed, and come down the front. Right hand goes behind the back, left palm to the front, come across and down. But this time, I'd like you to grab the opposite ear and twist 3 times. Relax your left arm, goes behind your back. Your right palm comes in front, come across the front, and down. And grab the left ear. And relax. Now, as we go down, the first time we allow our hands to float up, and we just bend slightly. Second time, we bend a little lower, keeping our heels on the ground. The third time, allow your heels to come up. And if you need to balance by holding on to the earth, feel free to do so. And up. Left hand behind the back, right palm up front, circle around. This is called Blue Dragon outstretches his claws. Three times. So the hand just kind of swings across the front, grabs the shoulder, like so. Our hands float up the side and clasp behind our head. Our elbows come center 3 times. And now we take that and we bow down 3 times, going lower each time. Now our hands clasp together, they reach for the sky, and they come down midline to the knees, and then as low as you feel like going. Over to the left, same thing, midline to the knees, and then as low as you can. 2, 3. Our arms circle around and clasp and down. Now we'll do that same thing with music. Sorry, the cat was jumping on the stereo. Okay, here we were. Down we go. Okay, so now we'll do some more talking through some things. I hope you like that without talking. All right, the Ba Wan Jin is just, we start by sinking on the right and taking an empty step with the left. And now we're equally weighted. And you want to just make a figure of 8 with your hips. And what this exercise does is it really teaches you to move from here, from your tantien, which is where all Tai Chi really comes from. So your arms are supposed to just be like scarves in the wind. They're not supposed to be the main event. And so after you do this and you really feel the bottoms of your feet and how the weight moves around the outside of your foot and through the center, because if there were light bulbs here, it would be like a figure of 8 going through the center, around the back, through the center. When you get a feel for that, then you can start adding one arm and then the second arm. So here I am. See how my arm is just an extension of what's going on in my hips. Now let me show you the wrong way to do it. Okay, so here's the right way where it's just an extension. And here, my arm is just acting separate from my hips. Can you see the difference? So I want this to be body as one unit. It's all one thing. In the middle of winter, you're trying to balance on the ice. You want to know where all parts are. And when you're ready, add the other arm. This is called waving hands and clouds. So the arm comes up, it goes down. And it's amazing how much is going on with just my hips, which changes my back, which changes my arms. So from here, we're going to draw back the bow. So we take a horse stance, and our right arm is holding the string taut, and we're looking down that position here. And then I'm going to shift my root to the right and extend my bow hand. I'm going to step in with my left foot. These two hands swing around. Now my root's in my left. I take a horse stance, and I'm equally weighted again. This time it's my left that reaches out. My right hand comes in, my hands swing around. Now I'm rooted on the right side, so I can take a horse stance. So just go ahead and keep doing that nice and slow so you get the hang of it. Last one. Now we're just going to separate the earth and the sky. Our right hand goes down, our left hand goes up. We come back to our tantien, our center. And we look up as we push up. Now keeping your hands at the abdomen, we're just going to gaze backwards. So we carry our hands across, we're pushing off with our left foot. We open our hands and we look through the triangle. And then we come back to our tantien. Now I'm pushing off the right foot, which sends my hands across, and I look out this triangle. Come back to the center. Now, step back with your left foot, and you see the force coming. The root is in the right. And now you're just going to shift your root to the back, and you're going to allow that force to come by you. Your left hand swings around, and your hips are centered. Now you push, and your root comes into the front. Release. Now your root's in the back, and press. Look to the corner where the force is coming. Shift into the back root. Allow that force to go by you. Center. Press. Back root. And end in the front root. Last time to the right. Feel that force go by. Come back around. Press. And push. Let's change sides. This time the force is coming from the left. Your root's in the front. Left foot out front. Now allow that force to swing on by. Press. And breathe out as the force goes. Breathe in as you move back. Breathe out as you push. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe. One of the things that's so beautiful about Tai Chi is all through the form, there's places where you step forward and when you step back. So you get practice with stepping forward and stepping back all the time. So if you're a step forward kind of person and you don't like to step back, you get lots of practice stepping back and vice versa. Okay, last one. We're just going to come back to shoulder width apart. And we rub our kidneys and we go around the sides of our legs, pressing. And we come out the front. Grab your kidneys, go around the sides. And come out the front. I'm pressing on my feet as I do that. Called pull toes and threads to strengthen the kidneys. Nice. Okay, now you're just going to take your thumbs and your fists like this, and you glare at your clenched lips. So I'm going to glare. And then I open my hand, and one finger at a time, I grab it around the fist again. Glare at your fist. Turn it one finger at a time. Come back. Glare. Turn. Come around the thumb. Glare. Turn. Come around the thumb. Glare. Turn. Come around the thumb. Last one. And relax. Now just lift up your feet and drop them down. Like so. Excellent. Okay, we're going to do some animals. I think we did that last time I subbed. I don't know if you remember any of them, but there's a sequence. And the sequence starts with sky, self, earth. Sky, self, earth. Sky, self, earth. Now the bear just holds his hands very relaxed, and you drop your left shoulder. It's like a rolling. Roll down, roll forward, drop your right shoulder. And the bear is composed and stable. We're just going to roll our shoulders around. And back. Now you keep that same motion, but this time you take composed and stable steps. So I'm going to do that same lowering my shoulder, and I'm just going to take a step. And I'm going to lower my right shoulder and take another step. Lower my right shoulder, my left shoulder, my right shoulder. So you're just taking this shoulder thing and just stepping. Okay, that's the bear. And the monkey, playful and naughty. So the monkey just grabs your hands, you go up on your toes, and I forgot to do the shoulders. Grab your hands, lift up your shoulders, go up on your toes, and then look to the left. Try not to lose your balance. And relax. Grab your hands, come up with your shoulders, look to the right, and relax. Shoulders, toes, look to one side, and grab. Shoulders, toes, look to one side, and down. Now the monkey sees a piece of fruit on the tree. So the monkey wants to go get that fruit. Okay, so let's practice what happens here. Okay, so we'll start with the upper body. Upper body is, we're here, and this hand swings around, and this hand goes back. Okay, so here, it's kind of hard to separate upper and lower body. Let me just do it. Okay. So we're gonna swing around, grab the fruit, and then come back to shoulder width apart. So I'm over on the left, my root's on the left, so I can step back with the right. Then I look up at the fruit. Then this left hand spins around and I grab the fruit and I come back. So what's happening with the lower body is you're just taking a step back and then you're going up on your toes and then you're taking a step forward. Shift the root, take a step back, go up on your toes and take a step forward. Shift the root. Okay, so that's what's happening down there. What's happening with your whole body? Same thing, take a step back. This hand comes back, you look at the tree. Then you're going to go, your left is going to go up on its toes. And then you're coming back to shoulder width. And you're looking at that fruit. So now we're going to shift the root to the left. Take a step with the left. And look at the tree. The root's in the right, This hand swings across, left hand swings across, grab the fruit. Now our root's in the left. And now we look at the fruit. Shift the root to the right. Take an empty step with the left. Look at the tree, the root's in the left. The right hand swings across. You grab the fruit, root's in the right. And come back, look at the fruit. And then you just laugh at everybody going, la 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 la, because you've got the fruit and they don't, la 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 la, and you're punching right here below your knee. It's a silly thing. The bird. So this is a good example. If you can't do something, don't do it. Your shoulder width apart, and the bird's hands are like this. And also with a beak. But there's at one point where you just lift the leg up. So if that's hard for you, don't do it. Just go like this. Whatever works for you. So the bird is joyful and free-spirited. So we're just going to go like this. And down. Our hands change. And we lift our left leg up. Come back to center. And that will lift our right leg. This is great balance. Middle of winter, there's a lot of ice outside. You start to slip, and Tai Chi kicks in, and you don't fall. That's been my experience. It's totally worth doing these things every day. Breathe. Last one. And now we just flap a little bit, and our left hand comes up, back to 50-50. Now move the root to the right and all the way up. Bring it down, back to 50-50. Shift the root to the left, bring it up a little bit. Shift the root to the left, bring it all the way up. Shift the root a little bit up. Shift the root all the way up. Now the deer. The deer starts out, it's like this, it's when it's butting heads. Then it goes back into deer horns. So I'll just show you first. Out, and then rock back, and then forward, and then leap. Okay, so we'll try the feet first. So the way it goes is you step out, your root's in the right, step out with an empty step, and then you bring your root into the front, and then you bring your root into the back. And then it's like this sort of slide kind of thing. That makes sense? Front, back, front. Now, this is a good chance to talk about your knee not going over the foot. Like you don't want to, you could really hurt yourself if you start to get this all out of whack. So I can always see my toe from when if I look down my knee. There, 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 and slide. Okay. So let's go ahead and add the upper body. So we take a step and our hands come up and our heads down, like we're butting heads with another deer. And then as we rock back, our hands change into antlers and our hands come to our temples. And then our hands come back and they take two big circles that'll help us with that jump. And then mid, I can't freeze myself mid-jump, but mid-jump, I turn into my butting horns again. And I'm here. Back, forward, back, forward. Okay, we'll just do the ending now, which is ska, stealth, earth. Ska, stealth, earth. Ska, stealth. Okay, now we could do some floor things. I know you guys are used to yoga and doing more floor kind of things. So we have a few minutes to do that. So if you've got a spot on the floor, yeah. So I do these every morning. Sometimes I put a book under my head, but it's not necessary. So I just lift up with one foot up and down. And I try to use right here, my center here, to lift. When you feel like you've done that enough times, you can do the other side. Yeah. And I lift this foot up and I keep my shoulders on the ground until I get to the point where they want to lift off. And then I extend my leg out and I just breathe in that position for a little while. Got the support of the floor, but you're getting a really good twist in your spine. And then I lengthen out again. And I lift my left leg up. And I turn. And I let my shoulder come up when it wants to. And I get a nice twist in the spine. And this side. And I like doing this one or you can feel all the vertebrae on the floor. And I push with the bottoms of my feet and my pelvis tucks. And I've got a nice solid feeling on my shoulders with the floor. And I just one vertebrae at a time. I can feel them just coming up off the ground one at a time. And then I go until I'm up in the shoulder area. And then I reverse that. I just go down. I have a nice hard floor, so it's easy to feel, but even on carpet, I bet you can feel it. Maybe not on a yoga mat, but maybe. I just like the nice hard floor so I can feel the one vertebrae at a time coming up and down. You can do this as many times as you want, but we'll just do it twice. And if there's an area of your back that's particularly needing work, a lot of people have lower back problems. You can just work on that area. So if I had a lower back problem, I would just go like this with my pelvis and just feel that getting stronger and stronger each day you do it. And I like to do shoulder stands because I can't do a handstand anymore, but I can still do a shoulder stand. And so I'm going to do a shoulder stand, and then I'm going to go over, and then I'm going to turn around. I'm going to bend my spine the other way. So kind of, I don't know, it's sort of like balancing it out. So I do a shoulder stand using my hands to support me. And then I'm just going to bring my legs down and just kind of feel that. And then I just allow it to come down and roll over. And then you can just kind of reverse it out. It's kind of like a push-up, but leaving your pelvis and your legs on the ground. You can look up. Yeah. And then just come in with child's pose. What you want to feel is this crease right in here. Just feel yourself sinking into that area. So that's pretty much what I had planned for today. Does anyone have any questions, or did anybody want to lead an exercise that I missed that you're used to doing every day that you miss? Because we still have a few minutes left. What are you feeling right now? Is anybody there? Thanks for the session. Time to get back to work. I like the flow of exercise, the variety of movements we did. Okay, good. I'm sure you'll have Debbie back next week, and it was a pleasure. Thank you so much.